On today's episode of things Nigerians can never enjoy in our country, I need to renew my phone. I've had my Samsung S20 since 2021. I'll tell you why I bought it in 2021 shortly. I need to renew my phone mainly because I noticed that my phone's camera is getting blurry. As a YouTuber, I use only my phone to film. Yes, all the videos you see on my channel are shot with my phone. Yes. So now it's time for a new phone with a better camera. I placed the order for this new phone a few days ago. My phone company just sent me a text that my phone has arrived at their shop. So I'm on my way to pick it up. Come with me. Let me show you how we buy any type of phone for free here in Obodoyibo. Yeah, whatever phone, whether it's iPhone 14, iPhone 15, whatever. Yeah, future iPhones, it's for free. Here, the phone company attendant is showing me the payment plans. There are two options. If I choose to pay off this phone in 24 months, that's 2 years, I'll be paying €24.25 per month. I won't pay anything today. You see that pago initial, that's initial payment, €0. So I'll walk away from this phone shop with my phone, without paying anything, nada. Payment starts from next month. At the end of the 24 months, I would have paid €582. That's the cost of the phone. The second option is I can choose to pay off this phone in 30 months. That's 2.5 years, a whole 2.5 years. In that case, I'll be paying €19.40 per month. You can call that €20. For 30 months. Again, initial payment is €0. By the end of the 30 months, I would have also paid a total of €582. So for both payment plans, the cost of the phone is the same, €582. And don't even go and be converting all these amounts I'm putting here into Naira, because you see the problem with converting. That number you get in Nigeria is not the same worth. Like what that amount is worth to somebody in Nigeria is not the same as what, say, €20 is worth to somebody that lives here. For instance, now, based on the exchange rate, the current exchange rate in Nigeria, if you convert €20 to Naira, it will give you about 34,000 Naira. 34,000 Naira is a lot of money for somebody that lives in Nigeria. In fact, that's the salary of some people. So somebody cannot take his or her monthly salary and be paying for phone every single month. No, but here, €20 is not even like, it's a tiny, it's like how much is minimum wage here now? Minimum wage is 1,000 something here now. So you can imagine removing €20 from 1,000 something, 1,001 or so. So it's nothing to somebody that wants to buy this phone. It's nothing to that person. That person can, a lot of people can easily, minimum wage people can easily pay this every single month. Minimum wage people are cleaners, mainly cleaners and casual workers. Yeah, they can pay for this one comfortably. Even if they want like the S24. S24 is probably 30 something euros per month now, based on it just came out. But yeah, that's why whenever I see Nigerians rushing all these latest phones that you will pay cash for, you can see that Pago Nico at the last part, you can call that €1,009. That's what you will pay if you're paying cash on the phone. Assuming somebody from Nigeria comes here now on holiday just as a tourist, and you enter an orange shop to buy that phone, that's what you will pay. Whereas me or somebody else that lives here will owe these people. It's called owing them. You owe them for up to 2.5 years, and you pay like half of the money in total still. It's counterintuitive, because normally when you owe such a thing, they're supposed to add a tie, and like we call it tie here, like APR and all that. But here it's completely opposite, and you walk away from the shop without paying anything. You see that you pay zero. So that's why whenever I see, especially those that live in Nigeria, going after all these latest phones, you know, you see those in America, those in the UK carrying the latest iPhone, the latest Samsung. You too, you want to go and buy. Meanwhile, you're paying cash on the thing. It's just a phone, and after 1 year, that euphoria will go, and then you will be looking to the next one. You'll be ready to do anything to make sure you're using the latest phone. Why? Meanwhile, people like us here, we are waiting for me here. I wait for the latest phone to come out, and as long as that latest phone does not have that much difference between the previous one, and I'll just wait. Latest phone comes out, I watch the reviews. For instance, this phone now, I watch the reviews. There's not much difference between this phone, the camera, which is what I was going for though. Because my S20 is still in perfect condition. If I were not a YouTuber, I would still be using that phone because nothing has happened to that phone, not a scratch. It's in perfect, like, sound phone. If I want to sell it now as European used or UK used or whatever you people call it in Nigeria, it's in perfect condition. I can get good money from it for it. I don't know. It's just a phone. It's just a phone. I don't get it. I don't get why I need to change a phone every year. For instance, that S20, as always, I don't buy a phone the year it comes out. It's a waste of money because it's unnecessarily too expensive. I guess that's when they make most of their money, because that's when most people rush it. So that's when they make most of their money. After 1 year, it comes to half price, or I would say it comes to the true worth of the phone, because I don't see why they will be selling a phone 1,500 euros. I don't see why, because that's what they sell these phones when it first comes out. 1,500, 1,000. It's too much. Like if you're buying it cash. Of course, if you're buying it on contract, or it doesn't, like, the total won't add up to that. But for those buying it cash, I think there's one vlog. I'll look for that, a clip from that vlog.
Samsung Galaxy X Ultra. Okay, so if you buy this phone, you'll be paying 36 euros per month for 30 months. Total is 1,080 euros. If you're doing it on contract, it's 1,080. If you're just buying it without being on contract, it will be 1,535 euros.
So you can imagine buying it cash today is 1,000, but just last year, around November last year, it was, or October, November last year, it was 1,005. And as soon as S24 came out, everything dropped. The major difference between S23 and S24 is that S24 has this AI thing, which I know that somebody like me, I wouldn't even use that feature. So why buy it? So I went for this one. So these are the things that we see in this country. Everybody that lives in a developed country enjoys these kinds of things. MTN will never offer this kind of, give you this kind of offer in Nigeria. Not that I'm saying that it's bad of them for not doing it. If I were MTN, I won't give it to people either, because I don't know you by name. Here, the government, all these shops, they know you by name. Once you drop your ID card, they put it there, all your information will come up there. Your address, everything is tied to that card with your thumbprint and everything. So you're not going anywhere. But in Nigeria, we have NIN, we have BVN, we have all these things, yet people disappear in Nigeria easily. So if they give you this phone, you will disappear without paying money. You can see zero payment, pago initial payment 0. So you actually walk out of the shop without paying anything. But just because they have your data, they trust that they will get all their money from you. But a company in Nigeria cannot try that. Even to that person, the person will disappear. Within that city itself, you won't find the person, not to talk of within the country. So these are the things that we see here. We keep shouting for good governance because, look, we can also enjoy this thing in Nigeria. It's nothing. Once there are jobs in Nigeria, companies will have more confidence in the system. And they will start giving this thing. Because if you have a job, a well-paying job, okay, let's say, conversion for conversion, that you'll be paying 34,000 naira in Nigeria every month. Assuming that a cleaner in Nigeria earns an equivalent of 500,000 naira a month. It's totally possible. If you divide 500,000 by by 1,007. This thing is not even up to half of minimum wage here. So it's totally possible. Nigeria is richer than this country that I live in. But the thing is, while all their own money goes to building their country, all ours goes in the pockets of politicians. That's the difference. But we are richer than this country. They don't have crude oil. They only rely on taxes and tourism and agriculture. They export a lot of agricultural foods as well. And then they have manufacturing as well. Spain manufacturing industry is booming. So we can totally have this in our country. But when we say fight for your country, fight, get back your country, you people will say, come down from abroad and start it. Oh yeah, keep waiting now. I am the one enjoying all these amenities here. You are not enjoying it. I want you to start enjoying it too. But if you want to delay the enjoyment, delay it now. Keep delaying it. You can see that once again, everything ties to politics. Everything ties to leadership. I can't help it. Like all around you, it's all about leadership. It's all about politics. You can't avoid it. That's why we'll keep talking about it, whether you like it or not. Here's the phone. Yeah, it's only black. You know, I'm buying it late, so at this time all the cool colors are gone. But yeah, I don't really mind, to be honest. I just bought a simple case for it. Later I can find a nice case with some color. My only problem with phones of, I think, since 2022 or something, is that they no longer make this medium-sized phone. For instance, this S23 now, I had to buy the small one because the other one is too big. I don't like too big phones that feel like tablets. They feel like small tablets, so I prefer smaller phones. So this one is exactly the same size as S9. So when I moved from S9 to S20, I had to get used to the size of S20. Then I got used to the size of S20, and now I have to get used to this small. This one felt small in my palm now. But I really like the medium-sized ones, but they no longer make it. They just, it's either the small one or the big one. That big one, no.
Come see, let's test this camera.
What? You're already testing it. Yourself?
On myself. I want to test it on you. So drop back a little bit. Drop back. Go behind me. Come see. Drop back a little bit. This boy.